She told her hairstylist, "I'm going to put pills in his drinks so I can go through his phone while getting her hair done." The stylist texted me immediately. "We've been friends since high school." I got blood tests, filed charges, and had her arrested. She lost her job and her apartment. I, 29 male, never thought I'd be writing one of these posts, but here we are. 3 months ago, my life imploded in the weirdest way possible, and I need to tell someone about it because keeping it inside is eating me alive. My girlfriend Rachel, 27, and I had been together for 4 years. We met at a friend's wedding, moved in together after 18 months, adopted a cat named Turnip. Normal stuff. I thought we were solid. Sure, we had our issues. She wanted me to be more ambitious. I wanted her to stop maxing out credit cards on designer bags. And looking back, there were other things. A flash of intense jealousy if I talked to a female friend for too long. A time she jokingly demanded to see my DMs after I got a new follower on Instagram. I'd brushed them off as insecurities, things we could work on, or so I thought. The text came on a Tuesday afternoon while I was in a meeting. My buddy Marcus owns a salon downtown, does hair for half the city. We've been tight since sophomore year of high school. The message just said, "Call me now, it's about Rachel." I excused myself and called him from the parking garage. His voice was different, serious. "Your girl was just here," he said. "She was in with Amber, one of my newer stylists. She didn't connect that I was your friend. Okay? Dude, she said she's planning to drug you." I actually laughed. "What?" "I'm not joking. Amber came to me shaking after Rachel left, said she was talking about how she thinks you're cheating. Then she literally said she's going to crush up her sleeping pills and put them in your drinks so she can go through your phone while you're knocked out. She was asking Amber if she knew how many would be safe to use without actually killing you." My legs went weak. I had to lean against my car. "You're serious?" "Dead serious." Amber didn't know what to do, just kept doing her hair. Rachel was laughing about it like it was some funny scheme. Said you've been acting suspicious and she needs to find out what you're hiding. Here's the thing. I wasn't hiding anything. My phone password is literally her birthday. She could check it anytime she wanted. The most incriminating thing she'd find would be my search history full of engagement rings because I'd been planning to propose next month. "What do I do?" I asked Marcus. "First, don't go home tonight. Second, we need to think this through." I sat in my car for 20 minutes just staring at nothing. Then I called my brother, who's a paralegal. He told me to document everything and go to the police immediately. But I couldn't wrap my head around it. This was Rachel, the woman who cried during pet food commercials, who was apparently planning to commit a serious crime against me. I drove to my brother's place instead of going home. Sent Rachel a text saying I had to work late, then help a coworker move. She responded with heart emojis and said she'd order Thai food for when I got back. My brother Tom looked at me like I was insane when I told him. She said, "What?" Marcus heard the whole thing from his employee. She was bragging about it. "You need to go to the police, tonight." "With what evidence?" "It's hearsay from a stylist she talked to." "Then you need to get undeniable evidence," he said, his face grim. "Because if you don't, it's your word against hers." That's when we came up with the plan. It wasn't elaborate or clever, it was just necessary. Update 1. I went home the next morning, acting normal. Rachel had already left for work. She managed a boutique fitness studio, always left early for the 6 a.m. class. I found her prescription sleeping pills in the bathroom cabinet. Ambien. I took photos of the bottle, the pill count, everything. Then I did something I'd never done in 4 years. I went through her stuff. Her laptop was on the kitchen counter. No password. It was ironic how she obsessed over my privacy, but was so careless with her own. I found her group chat with her friends. My stomach dropped as I read. "Rachel, I know he's cheating. He's been weird lately. Did you check his phone? He changed his password, obviously." My blood ran cold. I hadn't changed it. It was still her birthday. She was lying to them to build her narrative, to justify what she was planning. But I have a plan. Remember those sleeping pills from when I had insomnia? LMAO, you're not serious. Watch me. This weekend, I'll crush them up in his beer. That's kind of illegal, babe. Only if I get caught. I screenshot everything, sent it all to my brother and Marcus. Then I found more. She'd been telling people I was definitely cheating for weeks. Her evidence? I'd been staying late at work, planning her proposal with my coworker who's a jeweler. And I was protective of my phone, because I had ring photos saved. The irony was suffocating. I was planning our future while she was planning to commit a felony. I went to the police station that afternoon. The desk sergeant looked skeptical until I showed him the messages. Then his face changed. He called in a detective. Detective Coleman was a woman who looked like she'd seen everything twice. She took my statement, looked at the evidence. "This is premeditated. The texts are damning," she said. "But to get a conviction that sticks, we need more than texts. We need proof of the act itself. Right now, she could claim it was all a sick joke." She gave me her card. "I can't tell you to go home and set up a sting. That's not how this works. But I can tell you that if you happen to acquire video evidence of her committing this act, you should call me immediately. Do not eat or drink anything she gives you. Be smart." My brother had already ordered 3 nanny cams. I put one in the living room, one in the kitchen, one in the bedroom. Connected them all to my phone. Felt like I was living in a spy movie, except sadder and more pathetic. Rachel came home that night all smiles. Kissed me, asked about my day, made dinner, chicken stir-fry. I watched her the entire time she cooked. Nothing unusual. We ate together, talked about weekend plans. She mentioned wanting to try a new brewery Saturday night. "Sounds good," I said, my mouth dry. She smiled and squeezed my hand. "I love you. Love you too." I barely slept that night. Kept one eye on her, one eye on my phone watching the camera feeds. She slept peacefully, one arm thrown over my chest like always. I lay there thinking about the ring I'd picked out. 2 carats, princess cut, exactly what she'd pinned on her Pinterest board. Friday came and went. More normal behavior. More texts to her friends about her plan. I stopped eating at home, claiming I was doing intermittent fasting. She thought it was funny. "You and your health kicks," she said, ruffling my hair. Saturday arrived like a death sentence. Update 2. Saturday afternoon. Rachel was buzzing with energy. "I'm so excited for tonight. It's been forever since we went out, just the 2 of us." I forced a smile. "Me too." She spent 2 hours getting ready. I watched the bedroom camera from the bathroom, saw her trying on different outfits. Then I switched to the kitchen cam and my blood went cold. She had my beer, the IPA I always drank, open on the counter. She was grinding something with the back of a spoon, white powder. Her phone was propped up against the fruit bowl. She was sending voice notes to Jessica. "I'm really doing it," she whispered with a laugh. "He won't know what hit him." A text bubble from Jessica popped up on her screen. "OMG, you're insane. What if he tastes it?" Rachel texted back, a smirk on her face. "It's an IPA. He won't taste anything through all those hops. He'll just get sleepy, and I'll finally see what he's been hiding." She stirred the powder into the beer, wiped the counter clean, then put the beer back in the fridge. Like she'd done this before, like it was nothing. I called Detective Coleman immediately, whispered from the bathroom while the shower ran. "She did it. It's on camera. The beer's in the fridge. Don't touch it. Don't drink anything." Her voice was firm. "We're sending a unit. Can you get out of the house? She'll know something's wrong if I leave. Then stall. Keep her there but stay safe." I turned off the shower, got dressed, went downstairs. Rachel was on the couch, scrolling through her phone. She looked up and smiled. "Ready to go?" "Actually," I said, "I'm not feeling great. Maybe we should stay in." Her face fell, then hardened. "Are you serious? I've been looking forward to this all week." "I know, baby, I'm sorry. I think I'm getting sick." She stood up, walked to the kitchen. I watched her open the fridge. "Well, at least have a beer with me. We can watch a movie or something." She brought out 2 beers, handed me the one she drugged. Her eyes were steady on mine. "Thanks," I said, taking it. Not opening it. "Aren't you gonna drink it?" "In a minute. Let me just use the bathroom first." Her jaw tightened. "What's wrong with you tonight?" "Nothing, The doorbell rang. We both froze. "Who's that?" she asked. I knew who it was. "I'll check." I opened the door to Detective Coleman and 2 uniformed officers. Rachel came up behind me. "What's going on?" Detective Coleman held up her badge. "Rachel Morrison, we need to ask you some questions." "About what?" "About the Ambien you put in that beer." I've never seen someone's face change so fast, from confusion to understanding to rage in about 2 seconds. She turned to me. You called the cops? Are you serious? You tried to drug me, Rachel. I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed to know the truth. The truth about what? About who you're sleeping with. I'm not sleeping with anyone. I was planning to propose to you. That stopped her cold, but only for a second. Then the anger came back. You're lying. You've been lying for weeks. Detective Coleman stepped between us. Ma'am, we have a warrant to search the premises and collect evidence. We need you to come with us. This is insane. I didn't do anything. We have video evidence, ma'am, and the beer. Please turn around. Watching them arrest her in our living room was surreal. She kept screaming that I was overreacting, that it was just a joke, that I was ruining her life over nothing. The neighbors came out to watch. They took the beer as evidence. They took Rachel's phone. They took Rachel. I stood in my empty house, Turnip meowing at my feet, and felt nothing. Just empty. Update 3. The last 3 months have been a blur. Rachel was charged with felony assault with a stupefying substance. Her lawyer tried to argue it was a prank gone wrong. The prosecutor wasn't having it. The group chat showed premeditation. The video showed the act. The beer tested positive for a dose of Ambien that a toxicologist testified could have caused respiratory distress or worse. Her friend Jessica was brought in for questioning, but claimed she didn't think Rachel was serious. There wasn't enough to charge her, but I heard she had her own legal fees to deal with. Rachel pled guilty to avoid a trial. The judge was not amused by her claim that she was the real victim of suspected infidelity. She was sentenced to 60 days in county jail, followed by 2 years of strict probation, 200 hours of community service, and mandatory counseling. The fitness studio fired her. Without income, she couldn't afford our apartment. I had to handle breaking the lease myself. Her friends tried to make me the villain on social media, but I posted one single silent clip from the kitchen nanny cam. That shut them up. Marcus became my unofficial therapist. The thing that gets me, I told him one night, is that she never even apologized. Not once. Because in her mind, she was justified, he said. People like that, their reality bends to fit their narrative. They can't ever be wrong. I kept the ring. Don't know why. It sits in my sock drawer like the world's most expensive reminder to trust my gut. Tom helped me find a new apartment. 1 bedroom, no memories. Turnip adjusted faster than I did. Cats are good like that. The detective called me last week. Rachel had violated her probation. She used a fake Instagram account to send a long message about how she forgave me for betraying her, and hoped we could work things out once this misunderstanding was over. I didn't respond. Just screenshot it and sent it to the detective. A hearing was held and she was ordered to serve an additional 30 days for the violation. Here's the thing, nobody tells you about being the victim of something like this. Everyone expects you to bounce back. But I can't stop thinking about those 4 years. Were they all fake? When did the woman I loved become someone who would casually discuss drugging me? My therapist says these are normal questions, that trusting someone again won't be easy, but it will be possible. I want to believe her. Marcus set me up on a blind date last week. A teacher named Amy. She was nice. I spent the entire dinner watching my glass. She noticed. You okay? She asked. You seem tense. Yeah, I lied. Just been a long week. I didn't tell her why I only ordered bottled beer that I opened myself. She probably thinks I'm weird. That's fine. Better weird than drugged. The engagement ring money? I gave it to Turnip's shelter as a donation. Figured some good should come from this mess. Rachel's parents reached out last month. They wanted me to know they were sorry, that they'd tried to raise her better. Her mom cried on the phone. I felt bad for them. It's not their fault. Their daughter turned out to be someone who'd rather commit a felony than have an honest conversation. So that's my story. The woman I was going to marry tried to drug me. Her hairstylist's employee happened to tell my high school buddy who warned me. She got arrested and is now a convicted felon. I'm in therapy, have trust issues, and can't drink anything I didn't personally open. Not exactly the update I thought I'd be writing at 29, but here we are. To anyone reading this, if your partner is acting suspicious, just ask them. Have an adult conversation. Don't drug them. It won't end well. And Marcus, if you're reading this, thanks for having my back. I owe you big time. Edit, since people keep asking, yes, Turnip is with me. No, Rachel didn't try to take him. Even she wasn't that cruel.